Spin, loving the spin I'm in, loving that old black magic car, love. With such a burning desire, only your kiss can put out that fire. You're the lover, you're the lover, you're the lover I'm waiting for. The maid that fade and me create. Every time your lips meet mine, down, down, down I go, round, 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 round I go. In a spin, I'm loving the spin I'm in, I'm loving that old black magic called love. In a spin, loving the spin I'm in, loving that old black magic called love. I love you, Annabella.
I love the magician. Now, you know, magic is spiritual, but I think I said enough about that. The other night I was here preparing some potions, and on the way back to my room I spotted this man. But he wasn't a resident. And what was interesting about him was that he can see right through me. And he reminded me of one of my favorite cards. And you'll probably hear me say that a lot today. The High Priestess. Now, I told him, I said, why don't you choose a card? And of course, out of 78 cards, he chose the High Priestess. He was just in passing, but I caught him here tonight. Do you want to meet the High Priestess? Yeah. Jay? No.
Thank you, Annabella. As you can tell, no doubt I am the High Priestess. I'm going to tell you all a story about her. It starts out with me and my girl. We got into it again, and I cursed a lot and stormed out. And words just kept coming out of her mouth like emotions and absent and ego, whatever. She was driven, she was fearless, she was confident, and I think this time I actually saw her starting to pack her bags. So I walked down 2 blocks to the place that all men go when they can't come to terms with the direct result of their actions, and I ordered a pint. And tonight, the bubbles of that first beer, it prepared me for what I call the long I blinked and all of a sudden my glass was empty, and I order another one, but apparently I'm cut off. Shit, I did that thing again. So I look to my left and oh, well, she's fine. She looks familiar, but it's a face I know I've never seen. It's familiar in a way that a place is familiar or an idea is familiar. How long you been sitting there? Just a minute. A minute can be forever. Does it feel like forever? Almost. You're looking down at your hands. You must really miss her. I do. She's your future, you know. Yeah, she was yesterday, but tonight she's packing her bags. Well, that's how I know. Why, you think she'll come back? No. She's gone for good. Well, don't sound like a future to me. Oh, it will. You must be strong. But to be strong, you must be vulnerable. You will never have her again, but one day you will be her. The most you can ever hope to be is her. Remember while you still can all the things you loved about her. They are all the things that you lack. So cultivate them for yourself. She'll live on that way in your head and in your heart as a part of you instead of by your side. And then and only then will the pain of no longer having her evolve into gratitude that you even knew her at all. She is your future. I blink again, she's disappeared, but I have a feeling she's watching from somewhere. So I run home, she's gone, I'm drunk. I lie down on her side of the bed, and I can't sleep. I get up and stare at the mirror. Baby, I need your help. Because I'm fucking weak. And I'm sorry for the times when you need to touch me and I don't let you. But when I was little, a girl much older than me touched me in ways that no one should be touched. And I'm sorry I keep my emotions bottled up. But no one ever let me talk about it because nobody thought it was real. So I have forgotten what I even wish I could say. The words leave my mouth like running water, and for the first time, I look at my reflection the way I used to, but will never again look at her. Thanks, y'all.
Strength is in vulnerability. Strength is in the ability to leap and want to be loved. Well, I think Jake said it all. And it reminds me of this guest who lost her strength somehow. Which brings us to the Empress. You see, the Empress card is the creator, the all-feminine, the one that keeps on giving. Why don't I just let her tell you? Alice?
Hello. I first met Annabella when, as she said, I was going through a bit of a hard time. Not really knowing what I was missing, but knowing that something was lacking. I sought her out. She sat me down, shuffled her cards, and asked me to turn one over that I felt drawn to. So I did. And on the other side, it was the Empress, this goddess of feminine power with this beautiful gown and flowers. And I am staring at this card, thinking, what the hell does this have to do with me? I am no goddess. I asked Annabella what the card meant, and she said, what is life without beauty? What is it without love? I am the queen of love, and it is my war cry and my heart shield. Again, what the fuck does this have to do with me? I'm staring at this. I am no goddess. What and why now? I am not worthy. And then it struck me. I am the only one telling myself that. For years and years of dragging along this shadow of self-doubt, of not being good enough. I bet I'm not alone. Not ever being pretty enough or powerful enough or creative enough. And then I thought, wow, it's time to let that go. It's time to let that go. It is time, yes. It is time. There is only now. I am Earth. I am Mother. I am creation. I am feminine power. I am the Empress. I am the Empress. And so are you. And so are you. Let me hear your war cry. Love you. Thank you.
Do you know I prepared herb bags? Thank you. Was that you? Of course. Well, my herb bags have little notes in them, fortune notes. So, if you have one with a note, I guess that's your destiny.
This is your destiny.
So, brings us to our next card. Guess what the next card is?
It's really good destiny.
I thought there were a lot of gypsies here tonight.
I'm really big on it.
The Emperor.
Carrot.
Whoever else.
Now,
The destiny.
That's your destiny.
ladies and gentlemen,
Open it.
I introduce you to the Emperor. All right. Is there anyone here that feels like an emperor tonight?
Yeah.
Sal.
Huh?
Sal.
Do you see? The point is, since I was a little girl, I was looking for what the emperor meant. Do you know what the emperor means? Authoritative figure, someone of power. And I would always give that away, give that to the next guest. Look for it down, look for it hoping that maybe you can give me what I need, because I so desperately don't feel enough. And just like our beautiful Alice, the Emperor said, I discovered that I am the Emperor.
Yeah. That's right.
And you know what's interesting? If you would think any card, you read cards, right? Who reads card here? I need someone who knows something about the major arcana. If there was any card that you would think that I would be, what would it be?
Death.
Love.
That's a compliment. That's sexy.
The world.
No, I really love the High Priestess, actually. But what do you think Destiny gave me? It was the biggest lesson.
Wheel of Fortune.
Destiny said, you are the Emperor, and you will make the life you want. No one will give it to you. So now that you met the Emperor, let's talk about faith.
Yeah.
Now, do you know there's a card? Hierophant. Where are you? I knew she was back there. Cordelia, why don't you tell them about faith?
All right. So, faith makes me think about simple things. It makes me think of a far simpler time when I was much younger. In fact, a time in the summer of my youth was right here in the Mandalay bar with a girl named Colette, who I grew up with. We used to run about the Mandalay and cause all sorts of mayhem, all sorts of mischief. In fact, we were known as the rapscallions of the McKittrick. And, you know, too much aplomb. But Miss Annabella gave us guidance. She gave us the cards. She gave us the way. And soon the summer came to an end, and Colette left. And so did Annabella for a spell. And I was alone. But I had one thing. I had the cards. I had faith. And I had guidance. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. When you call my name, it's like a little
prayer is very important. You know that, right? If you believe in the spiritual realm, then you believe. There's no like believing when it's convenient for you. Now, this is one of my favorite cards. Oh, I think I said that. Yes, the Major Arcana. When this card appears, it means you have a divine connection with someone. The Lovers. Yes.
Annabella! You're giving me all of these love potions. Okay? This one has 10 and black. It's got mold in it. This one looks like it's got vomit in it. Now this one turned into a beetle. This one, look it just everything in it disappeared. None of these are working. It's not working. Your love potion is not working. I've got 4 husbands in the ground and no lovers. Okay? You see my problems? They're even gathering close to my heart. What am I supposed to do?
Maybe you're supposed to change something. Maybe there's something that you can do different.
Okay, let me think about this. Think about what I'm going to do differently. What I'm attracting, right?
Well, that's the question.
Maybe.
What are you?
I would love to know. Why I've got love potions that have black mold in them. So trash. I'm attracting trash.
Maybe you can give them back to me.
You want them back?
I mean, not if they're involved.
Give them here. I'm free.
Maybe it's
I'm going to look. Oh, isn't this sweet? Okay. That was very nice. Some people are getting love out of me. I still got nothing. Right? Why don't I think about it while we start singing a song? Okay, I must be attracting something bad. Or something. Maybe it's too good for me. Okay, let me think about my last few relationships. You let me violate you. Woo! You let me desecrate you. You let me penetrate you. You let me complicate you. Help me, you break apart my insides. Help me, I got no soul to sell. Help me, the only thing that works for me. Help me become somebody else. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal. My whole existence is wild. You get me closer to God. Okay, I can see how there could be some complications in attracting somebody. I might have to work on this a little bit to not make them feel compromises. Okay, I think that's going to be good, right? You can have my isolation. You can have the hate that it brings. You can have my absence of faith. You can have my everything. Help me to tear down my reasons. Help me to sex I can smell. Help me, you make me perfect. fuck you like an animal. Woo! I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal. My whole existence is flawed. You get me closer to God. Help me. Help me. Help me, Annabella, seriously, come here and help me. Help me, help me! Why don't I have a love potion this week? I get it, I'm having problems. I just want to, have sexual relations with everybody. I don't really care about their personality or much else. I don't even care if it's a boy or girl sometimes, you know? Just have a little fun in the mix. The more the merry. Hey, hey, hey.
Can we please wish her some love tonight? Now, remember I told you how I would roam the hotel? And there was this, well, he was a resident here for some time, and one day he pulled me aside and he said, "Read my card." And I remember that day just as if it was yesterday because he's very special to me. He's like my angel. But he pulled a very powerful card. He pulled the Chariot. Do you know what the Chariot means?
Yes.
Yes, I heard it, yes. Journey. Journey. It also means that you are being carried. That you're being carried, that you're being taken care of, but it's movement. There is nothing stopping you. So let's meet that beautiful man. Tony.
Right? Say what this guy's trying to say. You ain't fucking Chariot, Tony. Yeah. What the fuck? It happens. It happens. As it happens. Come here,
This is...
Shut up, Tony. You ain't Chariot.
This is a story about a boy who meets a gypsy. Once upon a time, there was a boy with waning moons tattooed on his eyelids. He was lost and couldn't seem to find his way. He walked aimlessly around the McKittrick Hotel with his eyes closed, led only by the waning moons. One day, he heard a powerful voice of a woman whose fearlessness shook him to his core. "Boy, you seem to be lost. Your chariot waits outside, and it's about time you start the journey to where you're intended." "I'm not sure I know where I'm going," the boy replied. "I've been walking around with my eyes closed for some time, and I forget the way." "Then you have to remember what you came here for. Never doubt, never question what it is you're trying to achieve. The boy's face lit up with a smile. I think I remember now. I had a feeling you might. Make sure all your things are in a row before you get going. Because once you start moving, there's no turning back. I'm afraid the wheels to your chariot only move in one direction. I mean, I don't have much else besides what's on the body. What about your breath? My breath? I've got my breath. I mean, I'm alive. Check. Yes, it's here. What about your stamina? I've walked and climbed the 6 floors of this building for many years. Good. Do you have your faith? Faith? You'll need your faith before you go. Success is inevitable if you continue down the right course. But the road is long and bumpy, and you'll lose control of speed. You're bound to fall off many times. It's easy to halt and rest for too long if you don't have your faith. Well, I think I misplaced my faith somewhere in the hotel. Could you help me find him? No, she said. Now's a good time to go. You can take my faith. She served me well. And boy, one more thing. You're gonna meet many people on your way. Wonderful people. Beautiful people. Share a kiss. Have a dance. Spend the night. But not too many. For the road gets bumpier every day. And you've promised yourself to complete the mission. I'm scared. I know. It's time to go now. The chariot awaits, and the wheels can only move forward.
I promised you, coming together, that we will discover what the Major Arcana is. And you know, the Major Arcana lives in you. It's through people here that I met residents, friends, guests that became my family. You know, I told you when I was a child looking for who I was and trying to be a family, I found that here in this hotel. I arrived here, and it had nothing to do with what I would want. You see, that's how it works. You meet someone, you speak to someone, and then you fall in love. And he or she has nothing to do with who you wanted. Thank you, Tony. That was beautiful. Now, I am so fortunate that I arrived here in this hotel. You know, when I was a child, I dreamed about being in this red room. And I didn't know, finding those bloody McKittrick cards and that table, that was my fate. And I love this room. I learned how to dance in this room. I fell in love in this room. I learned Well, it brings us to our next card. Because as wise as you think you are, there's always someone wiser. And this was a man who stayed a while, and he would always show up when I most needed him. He wasn't a resident, but he was a guest. Do you know our next card? The Hermit. That's a true gypsy right there. Where's your deck, Dean? Now, one thing about the Hermit, ladies and gentlemen. The Hermit is not what you think. You see, the Hermit is more evolved than many of us. He chooses to be the Hermit. That's why he always has his lantern. Do you want to meet the Hermit? Yeah.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. No one stays the same. The young becomes the old, and mysteries do unfold. For that's the trick of time. No one and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. The wounded heart shall mend, but never much too soon. Nothing goes unchanged. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. For that's the way of time. No one and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, Sun lights up the sky. Hummingbirds do fly. Raindrops from the sun. Sun lights up the sky. Hummingbirds do fly. Raindrops from the clouds. Sun lights up the sky. Music makes me cry.
Now, you all just had a spiritual experience. I want to introduce you to someone I met the other night. I won't do the talking. You know what our next card is? That's the one she pulled. Strength.
Good evening. Oh, thank you, Annabella. I pulled the strength card, but it did not give me any height, unfortunately. It's still short. You are all so beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you all realize how strong you are? Obviously not. Do you realize how strong you are?
Yeah!
Thank you. Oh, drums. Thank you so much. I need to tell you something. Before I need to thank Annabella. For if it was not for her, I know I look very put together this evening. But when I first met Annabella, I was a broken, lost, confused, dark, weak soul. My entire life was overrun by all of those earthly things, that hold us back. How can I say this? Greed, sex, with men or women or both, or everyone at the same time, which was my favorite. But all those things kept me bound in this prison, captive. And I checked into this hotel. I remember I was standing right over there at that bar. I was here to meet up with whatever gentleman caller I was that evening. And I felt this presence, this energy staring at me. And as I looked over my shoulder, there was Annabella. And it was as if she was looking straight into what I believed was the darkness of my soul. She saw the emptiness within me, and she looked at me and she said, "Do you believe in the spiritual realm?" And for some reason I said yes. Now, I didn't believe in anything, but I trusted her in that moment. And she reached out her hand and I took it. For some reason I did. And she took me into this place. She washed my hands and she began. And I pulled all these cards, and as she was telling my story, all these secrets that I held deep within me that no one had ever known, I was looking at them, and I just began to sob. And she started to laugh. And I was like, "What are you laughing at? My life is shambles." And she pointed at the strength card that I had pulled. "Thank you." She pointed to the strength card and she said, "Do not worry, because there you will become stronger. And all those things that hold you back, you will become the master of them." And so I began, and she gave me this rosebud, and I kept it close to my heart. And I started, and it wasn't easy. I mean, we all know, we've been there. It's not easy to get in the lion's den and tame those lions. But let me tell you something, friends. If there's anything I can leave you with this evening, is to remember that you are stronger than you think you are. And if you are living in a darkness this evening and there are things that are holding you back, if you just become willing to get in the ring with those lions, roll up your sleeves and do some fighting, you will be launched into, not launched, rocketed, if I may, into a fourth dimension of existence, a consciousness with the world, with your brothers and sisters, with your higher self that you didn't even think would be possible. None whatsoever. And so I hope this evening, friends, that you remember that all you have to do is fight. You are strong, divine beings. And if you just let yourself go and fight, you will be free. And you will not regret it. And I thank Annabella for giving me this gift of hope in my life again. Thank you.
Quite transported, darling. Oh, thank you. Let's give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this, my sweet. Hello, darlings. My name is Colette Geneviève. How are you doing this evening? I have to say I'm very partial to that side of the room, my God. You know, a little tidbit for you. Annabella was the person who actually taught me how to read cards. And it's a good thing, too, because we interpreted them very differently. Being the ethereal creature that she is, Annabella took each card and saw its potential for inspiration and enlightenment and all the delicious possibilities that it holds. I did a reading and I would look at my subject and say, my goodness, you're going to die tomorrow. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. You were meant to die yesterday, so things are looking up. In fact, it's quite serendipitous that she gave me this card because the Wheel of Fortune was the very first card we drew together. Annabella looked at this card and explained lovingly in the way that only she can. This card represents karma and good juju and reaping what you deserve. And I, in my vindictive, cold little heart, heard that phrase, get what you deserve, and thought only of revenge. I made some enemies. And Santa's not the only one with a naughty list, ladies and gentlemen. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I spent it all. If I could find that Hannah and that Sancho that she's found, well, I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down. I really want to know, baby, what I really want to say is I've got mine. It's love that I need. Oh, my soul will have to wait till I get back. Find a Hannah of my own. Daddy's gonna love one and all. I feel the break, feel the break, feel the break, and I gotta live it all. Oh, yeah. But I really want to say I can't define. God love, make it go. My soul will have to eat another soul for breakfast. See, it's innate, it's instinctual. I'm so evil. But I've got to do what Annabella taught me and be magnanimous in life. Well, maybe starting tomorrow. But today I'll just sing another verse about my enemies, right? What I really want to say, my baby, what I really want to say is I've got mine. Well, I'll make it, yes, I am growing up. sweet and natural throw. Believe me when I say that I've got something for his punk ass. But I really want to know, my baby, what I really want to say is I've got mine way back in our day. Yeah, my soul will have to wait. I think I feel a little chill up and down my spine. My goodness. Oh, it's just that little devil on my shoulder, and I think he's talking dirty to me. Or else speaking in tongues, which is my favorite language. I better scamper off now before I make any bad decisions. I've already been to jail twice today, and I just can't go back. I have a very busy schedule.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? You probably know me by a few different monikers. The devil, most common. Beelzebub. What are some others? Lucifer, that's one of my favorites. Well, I know Annabella, because she's one of the few of you that can see me all the time. It's actually a little strange, but I've grown to love her over the years. I'm going to sing a song that I recently learned from one of your great writers. I believe his name is Sting. I may need to reference his lyrics. It's written in a strange time signature. He's trying to write a song to me, so I'm okay with that. It's about a man who is so attracted to his best friend's girlfriend that he's willing to throw it all away. I mean, really. All of them die because of this, and they end up in my realm, shall we call it. So here we go. Hit it, band, please. Somebody up there, yeah. If somebody up there likes me, if somebody up there cares, deliver me from evil, save me from these wicked snares, not into temptation, not to cliffs of fall, unto revelation, blessings for us all. She walked into the room in the arm of my best friend, knew whatever happened, our friendship would end. A chemical reaction, desire at first sight, a mystical attraction, turned out all my lights. The minute I saw her face, the second I caught her eye, the minute I touched the flames, I knew we would never die. The minute I saw her face, the second I caught her eye, the minute I touched the flames, I knew we would never die. I don't know if it's pain or pleasure that I see. My flesh was all too willing, my spirit guide was weak. I was deadly certain his thoughts for me weren't kind. A switchblade in his pocket and murder on his mind. Blessed Saint Teresa, the whore of Babylon, Madonna and my mother, all rolled into one. You got to understand me, I'm not a piece of wood. Francis of Assisi could never be this good. The minute I saw her face, the second I caught her eye, the minute I touched the flames, I knew we would never die. The minute I saw her face, the second I caught her eye, the minute I touched the flames, I knew we would never die. Relax, have a cigar, make yourself at home. Hell is full of high court judges, failed saints. We've got cardinals. archbishops, barristers, solicitors, theater and music critics. They're all here. You're never alone. Not here, you're not. Okay. Break's over. I saw her face, the second I caught her eye. The minute I touched the flames, I knew he would never die. The minute I saw her face, the second I caught her eye. The minute I touched the flames, I knew he would never die. 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 Well, I hope you have a good time.
When I first met Annabella, she said, Calloway, you got a ghost. And when I say ghost, I mean demon. You got a demon inside you. And I said, where? She said, inside you. And I said, let's get him out. And you know what she did? She took her hand and she fisted me. She shoved it right up me. She pulled that thing up. And that's when I knew that I was in love.